Okay. Hello. Hopefully everything's going to behave today. We'll see about that. My chroma key over here. It's really frustrating me. I've like put more lights in here to try to fix it. Still a problem. Still a problem. I don't know. I just don't understand how to light a person. I have 1, 2, 3 ring lights, and then like a floodlight down here, and then another light over here. So I don't know if that corner is just like overly lit or something. I don't know. It's very frustrating though. Oh boy. Anywho, I am Boomer Tester. Today what I wanted to do was a blind demo, meaning that I have done no prep. This could be a complete failure. This could be a complete utter failure. So I've done no prep. I'm gonna do a blind demo of this test automation tool, generative AI based. So in the past, if you've watched live streams, I've used Cursor. I'm going to try to get Void working. So I have experience with some test automation tools that are generative AI based. Well, I wouldn't say those are automation tools. Those are more AI based development tools that I wrote automated tests with. So blind demo of testRigor. This is not sponsored. I wish it was, but this is not sponsored by testRigor in any way. This is just me taking a tool that clearly LinkedIn and X keep trying to show me, and these type of tools I tend to be really skeptical of. I have a past with BDD testing frameworks, or maybe I should say I have a past with testing frameworks that were designed to assist with testing in BDD. I get a lot of pushback about this idea that I don't like BDD by saying that it's not a testing methodology, and I know it isn't a testing methodology, but there are tools designed to help that methodology. So those are the things that I tend to have problems with, and I tend to be very skeptical of. I'm also very skeptical of something that is going to say it's generative AI based. This tool in particular has been shown to be, oh, it's so easy. Like, look, testRigor can use free-flowing plain English. Again, skepticism, my alarm bells go off. To build test automation, because the truth is, even if it says plain English, there's code to support this. And in fact, I think it's a problem, and we'll find out, if there is no code that you can have or get that you own after, because then the code again lies with these guys. The code lies here with testRigor, which means when you need to do something more complex, where if you were writing robot framework or Cucumber and Gherkin, SpecFlow, you could write your own keywords or whatever they want to call them in that framework. Basically plain English that acts as a function that calls some code. That's all that it is. It's not magic. So this testRigor will understand and execute your instructions exactly as written. The way testRigor operates by translating high-level instructions like purchase a Kindle into a more specific set of steps, such as enter Kindle into search, press enter, click Kindle, click add to cart. You always have the ability to correct these instructions and expand upon them using supported commands found here. See how it works. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do a free testRigor demo. What I thought would be a good comparison too is table stakes, is authentication. These tests were written with some help from Cursor, more in the sense that I just wanted to toy around with it. But really, these are very similar to the tests I would write. There's some things I had to do myself. All my intercepts were written myself. So I thought it'd be good. Let's compare this. Let's try, let's try to get like a sign up working using testRigor. See how far we can get. That's really the goal today. The goal today is to try testRigor out, see if it even works on Linux. I don't know if it's browser based. I don't know if it's a tool I have to download and install. I have no idea. Again, blind. I'm going in. I cannot see I have no idea what I'm going to find. But again, I have people I would consider friends that are very positive on this tool. I hope they don't get upset with me. Some people that are, I would say, prolific and worth listening to in the industry that are very excited about this. Full disclosure too, though, previously when I was a QA manager, I was not able to be there. I don't remember why, but this was demoed to my team, my QA team, and my QA team hated it. But I've never used it. I've never had it demoed for me. This is the opportunity. Again, this is like my kryptonite. Is I really don't like tools like this, so I'm trying to give them more. I'm trying to give them a chance. I'm trying to give tools like this a chance because I really generally don't like them. And so I'm hoping the more I get exposed to them, the more I will appreciate things about them, the more I will find the silver lining in them, where I tend to veer towards tools like this, Cypress and Playwright, for integration testing. So, integrated through the stack, partially or fully integrated, using Playwright and Cypress, you can kind of mock or stub out some of that integration by intercepting API calls, and it helps you isolate different pieces. I have a feeling this tool is not going to have anything like that. I think this is going to be a very like CRUD end-to-end type tool is what I'm predicting. I'm going to try to stay positive. I'm going to try to stay positive and say the things I like. But also, I'm not going to pull punches. Again, I'm not sponsored. Cool. I'm not going to assume anyone in the world's going to watch this. So, yeah. This is what we're going to do. We're going to try to get a sign up working on the same page, this demo Blaze page. Ironically, I'm mixing all these different tools. This is from BlazeMeter, which is like another company that has a tool. So there's some irony. There's some irony there. It's like I'm just mixing the streams up. So let's get started. Well, I'll get a drink of water first, because of course, just before I got on stream, my throat started to do this thing. It's like, oh, perfect timing. I love when my throat gets all crummy just before I'm going to try to talk a lot. Okay, let's get started. Again, I'm coming in this pretty blind. I'm going to start testRigor for free and see if we can create that sign up and see what it looks like and see how it acts and how reliable it is. I have to put all this information in, which means I've got to hide this. Yeah, hold on. Let me fill this out. That's definitely my first name. Let me fill this out really quick over here. Fill this out. And oh boy, we gotta generate a password. Yeah, we'll do this over here in secret. Yep, definitely create a new login. We'll generate a password. Beautiful. And hopefully it generated a password for me. It's not showing me, so I don't know. Hopefully that's what it really is. I guess we'll find out. He seems to be happy. Save. Alright, join our newsletter. No. So how... We've sent... okay. Instructions to my email. Oh boy, this is exciting. Alright, we'll go to email. I'll show you all what this email looks like. It's just a verified email. Okay. Okay. I think I'm in the app now, so it is web-based. Let me bring it back over. Let me bring this back over. We'll close this if we'll bring it back. Okay. As far as I know, we are in this. Okay, and I'm regretting that the bed warden is being very, very, very involved in this right now. I don't want it to be. Get out of here. Get out of here, bit warden. No one wants your help. So let's see. Test suite name. This is going to be I mean, this is good. They're like, great. Demo Blaze. Type of testing. Interesting. The options that they're giving us are desktop web testing, mobile web testing, native and hybrid mobile, and Windows remote desktop. Okay. So I'm guessing they're going to run these tests on their own infrastructure too. That's why they probably are going to charge money, because they're going to run their own infrastructure or pay Sauce Labs. I think Sauce Labs is like the AWS of browser testing and device testing. So we'll say desktop web testing. URL to run tests on, off in a staging environment. Well, guess what? All right, we'll put this in. We've got our site. Testing credentials for your web mobile app to test functionality, which requires users to log in. Do I have to enter that? OS, Ubuntu. That's definitely on browser Chrome. So OS options here. We got Ubuntu, Windows, and OS X. Wow, that's a little pricier. So I am curious. On Ubuntu, we get Chrome or Firefox, so no Brave browser or anything else. I happen to use Brave. Brave blocks ads almost by default. It's awesome. I know it's probably better browsers. I know like people are using the new like Opera browser, but I like Brave. Use whatever browser you like. I have no dog in the fight. Windows, what do they offer here? Edge, okay. So I think we're gonna see a commonality here, and then that, my guess, if I change to OS X, I expect to see Safari. Okay. We'll do Ubuntu, because we're technically on an Ubuntu fork, right? Number of test cases to generate using AI. I shouldn't laugh. I need to stop laughing. So, I wonder, okay, will it just give us the sign up like automatically with AI? All right, let's not get greedy. Let's set to 10. Let's set to 10 test cases. Let's see if it generates 10 test cases. I have no idea. App description. I guess shopping. Sure. Maybe that helps the AI. We have no login, right? Well, we technically do have login. Well, in our tests, actually, our tests create for user first. If you look over here, we have UI and API tests. For our login, we post a new randomly generated user using faker.js. So we generate a new user and then we make sure that they can log in. And then with sign up, we're making sure we send good stuff. We try to do a duplicate user, and then we're also doing, I don't think I finished. Oh no, I think that one works in terms of 500. So this was written in Cypress. We have API, we test the service layer, and we test the UI. Again, I'm not trying to shade. I have this feeling. That this is just going to generate like your very bread and butter end-to-end type UI. My guess is the guts of this is probably something like Cucumber Gherkin. That's my guess. Or maybe it's probably Cucumber Gherkin. I'd be really surprised if it was Playwright, because a lot of these type of tools tend to use Cucumber and Gherkin underneath the hood. I'd be really surprised if it was Robot Framework. I have a feeling we won't get to see into that. Let's go. Advanced. Let's see what advanced is. Whoa. So they've got basic digest HTTP authentication offered here. You can put auth login, auth password, proxy settings if need be. We aren't going to need any of this fancy stuff. Speed optimization. Maximum wait time. Uh-oh. Did I get kicked off? Oh no. Oh, that's just me. Just stop, Dashlane. Just stop. So here you could kind of configure some of these optimization settings, right? There's a lot of them, holy smokes. Do not retry failed tests. Allow parallel testing. Wait for scripts. Measure page load. Measure time between steps. Prioritize clicking. Wow, there's a lot of options. I would almost say too many options. This is a bit much. For like an AI tool, can't you just like, can I just tell you to stop interrupting me? It's popping up in the corner is driving me completely bonkers. Yes, I'm logged in. Stop. Horizontal scroll strategy. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I think this is like too much. You're giving us too many options. Take into account when retesting. What is this? Functionality, discover strategy. Discover new functionality. Retest strategy. Check last page only. Text. Test everything during retest. Okay. When comparing screens, ignore elements by... Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of... I think it's cool, but almost too much. That is... I think I figure out because it's driving me completely crazy right now. I need to just turn my dash lane off. It's driving me completely nuts. Can we just, can you stop doing that, buddy? Can you, right now? I don't want to remove it. I don't want to, like, go to sleep. Because it's driving me bonkers. It just keeps popping up in the corner. Okay, it looks like we're going to have to just live with it. That's going to drive me completely. Just go away. That's probably to fill it in. Wait, I love Bitwarden, but it's just bugging the heck out of me. Okay. Use AI to detect broken screens. Interesting. Do not use it. Wouldn't you always want it to? Integrations. Fully smoked. Every integration you can see known to man. Record video of test execution. Integrates with Jira, Azure DevOps, Pivotal Tracker, Cucumber Studio. See? 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 I bet you. I bet you. You couldn't fool me. Knew it. Called it. Twilio, testRail, that's nice. Zephyr, which is a add-on for Jira. X-Ray Cloud, add-on for Jira. Database integration. Okay. Apply tools, report portal, and Chrome extension. Interesting. Test generation. AI-based test generation. Add the following code in your page to start recording. What? Allow recorder library to capture users' input data. Ooh, spooky. Spooky. Past library allowed to record from. Yeah, man, there's a lot. I mean, this is, again, I look at something like this, and it's advertised to be easier than writing code. I write code for a living. I'm a software development engineer and test, or automation engineer, or whatever you want to call me. Okay, I write code. I configure projects with code. I add. Yeah, a lot of times we'll configure tests in GitHub Actions or Azure DevOps or Jenkins or whatever. And I find this actually more confusing than anything I have to do in my day job, or overwhelming. There's so many settings in here. This is absurd. Like, there's so many settings. There's more. There's more. I mean, it's cool, but I feel like this, you know, there has to be a way. I understand. I clicked advanced options. This is on me. This is on me, right? I clicked advanced options. I deserve this. I deserve to have a million things showed to me. But again, compared to just writing code or writing a configuration file, so let's look at this. This is like I've seen the I don't know if it's the CEO or the owner of testRigor, not attack, but kind of talk up testRigor and say, oh, you could be using Playwright. It has all these things that he will say are issues or problems. And obviously I'm using Cypress here as an example. I want to have a Playwright comparison. In fact, future video, I'm going to do Playwright, the Playwright recorder. And I'm sorry, I can't ever remember what it's called, if it's the recorder or whatever it's called. But essentially, Playwright can watch what you do like a type of proxy. It proxies all your internet activity, and then it generates code. I want to do a Playwright recorder versus the new Selenium IDE, not the old one that I talked smack about. I want to have those go head to head. So I will have a Playwright project available soon, but I really want to focus on Cypress. Cypress is my bread and butter. But when you compare all those menu items, like you have to do npm initialize, you do Cypress install save dev in here, right? Then you set up this config file if you want. You have, let's see, that's my dot git ignore. I'm trying to look at all my cameras. I'm embarrassed. This you don't set up yourself, right? Your ts config, I don't think I changed. I think this was generated by default. Maybe I did the include it. I have to go back and watch the video. And then eventually I'll have probably like a Cypress config file, but this is kind of it. And to me, this actually, obviously this was generated. No humans can write their own package lock file. Yeah, I find this less confusing, but maybe that's a bias on my part. I look at this, holy crap. Holy crap. Like, if you don't find that confusing, I don't know what to tell you. Like, okay, I see what testRigor was complaining about. Or not testRigor, oh my gosh, what Bitwarden was complaining about. Bitwarden wants to save my stuff, but it kind of hosed, somehow everything got hosed. Okay, you know, we'll cancel this, and I hope I don't regret it, because I don't have the generated password. Does this, okay, so it does, I think it has all my stuff, hopefully. That's scary, but that's why it was bugging me. I think I had the password generator open. Okay, hopefully that has my password. We'll find out. This might be my only demo because I like you logged out of my account. I don't know. Anything is possible right now. So yeah, just my 2 cents. I'm not trying to be contrarian. No, and there it goes. It's doing it again. No, I was wrong. I don't know what Bitwarden wants. But there's so many. Look at this. I mean, this is a lot to have to take in. And again, to be sold as like the tool that's an alternative that's supposed to be easier than writing code, I have a really hard time buying it. This is so much configuration. And again, granted, we clicked advanced settings. But dang, man. Dang. Alright. Let's click create test suite. Let's just go. Test suite created. Test of, okay. Build the following test. User registration and account creation on user login and authentication. Product search. So I'm guessing it generated all of these. Okay. We can edit them. Let's take a look. Oh, it's just editing the name. Sure. So I think these are the 10 like AI generated tests. We'll add and build. See what we get. Okay. Your tests are being executed. 14 minutes? What? Are you sure? Oh my gosh. I shouldn't have said 10. This is some heavy lifting. So they're in queue. They're in progress. Again, I kind of regret where my webcam is. It's blocking part of my monitor, my main monitor I'm trying to work on. Yeah, I might need to move my webcam against my better judgment. I can't see. This is gonna see behind the curtain here. We'll do it live. Okay. Alright, yeah, I'd rather have OBS blocked than have my actual screen I'm trying to work on blocked. Looks like the cam's like not pointed at. It used to be about me. I need to see myself. Okay, so cool beans. So here we are. So we see a couple things. Behavior, we've got test cases, 10, they're being executed. It's going to take 13 minutes. A bit obscene. Again, compared to, what a Cypress or Playwright test suite could do locally, that's pretty absurd. So I don't know what's going on there. That's a lot of time, 14 minutes. I would assume it would just, boom, just run. So we've got this test cases view. We've got all our test cases. And they're all kind of running. Oh, that one passed in 44 seconds. The rest, oh boy. This is product search and filtering functionality on Blaze Demo Shopping Site. Click phones, click Samsung Galaxy S6. Check if page contains Samsung Galaxy S6. Interesting. So what can we do with this magical test that generated? Oh boy. Oh boy. So this is Ubuntu Chrome. Again, they had to host resources, so they gave me some free goodies here. Obviously, it costs them some money probably to run these. So I clicked phones, then it waited a second. So what is it waiting for? Screen sources. Interesting. So did it wait 8 seconds and 82 milliseconds for the page to load? Okay. Again, I find this more confusing than like code driven. I'm confused about what exactly I'm looking at here. AI generated step click phones because the next logical step in the test case for verifying the product search. This aligns with the plan to select a category and verify the displayed product. By clicking on phones, we can ensure that the products displayed match the selected category, which is a crucial part of the test case. Yeah. Yes. It clicks the, can we see a screenshot of this? It clicks the S6. Okay. So it was on this page. It clicked phones. Doesn't, I mean, is that a filtering? Yeah, so it's filtered like on this page. Show me some laptops. I click phones. It stops. Well, that doesn't work. Test should fail. There we go. Okay, finally decided. Laptops. Page is just not very responsive. Okay, there we go. Just takes a second. Alright. So that's why it waited so long. Now I'm curious, how did it know how long to wait? Is a good question. Like, how did it know how long to wait? Because again, what I'm most excited to compare is like the registration type test and see how long they take in comparison. We can do a side by side. User registration and account creation on, okay, this is the one we want to see. We want to see how long it takes. So this test, we'll do a comparison. This one took almost a minute to run till it passed. Let's compare it. Let's get our Cypress test running and let's just compare. We'll compare these. Let's get these running and let's do a comparison. We'll go to developer. We'll go to, let's see, what is this? This is our demo Blaze Cypress. And we'll just run Cypress. We'll do a little comparison. I find that intriguing. I find that runtime intriguing because it seems a little long in the tooth. So end to end. We'll be fair, we'll run against Chrome. I was having problems with Chrome though. I hope it behaves. Okay, so same thing. Sign up spec. Well, actually, we only do auth spec. Poop. Because we did the API test. So maybe that's not a good comparison. Let's see. Auth. What do we do? We check that that we get the sign up form. Okay, so we do sign up. We do sign up. It's this test. Okay. We also do a little checkaroony, little table stakes. I have a funny story about table stakes. when I used to travel as a consultant, test automation consultant, I did it for like 2 years. Obviously, I was not in the world of consulting and conferences before that. I was kind of your run-of-the-mill automation engineer, started out as a QA analyst, and I didn't learn a lot of like business lingo. I wasn't a business owner. I wasn't in a lot of like those type of meetings with those type of people. I don't know how else to explain. And at the conference, I think I heard the term, one of the conferences I was at, I heard the term table stake. I thought they're talking about like steaks, like cow steaks that are on the table. I found out later like table stakes are kind of more like the base. They're like the baseline things you have to have. Like authentication is a table stake. It could be a delicious steak you put on the table, but it's really just like the, as far as I understand, it's those basic things you've got to have to do the thing you're trying to do. In this case, automate testing. So we do have this test. It's using a new valid email. We'll run all of them though. We'll run all of them. We're gonna have battle of the gods here. We're gonna do a full off spec and see how long. This is everything. This is not one test. So it's loading. It could be. I remember I was having problems. Here we go. Boom, 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 and there it goes. And it's hitting on something. Something changed here. That's not good. So sign up though. So all of our tests took 11 seconds. We had one fail, which I'd like to look into this at some point. Figure out why this failed. It looks like it logged in. It's supposed to sign it, right? Well, no, I think we headlessly authenticated that. View does stuff. And waits, and then we're expecting this to not be visible, and we're expecting this to contain something. There's something changed. But regardless, this is the test that maps their test. Oh, Cypress, tell me how long this took. I can't get a time, but this took 11 seconds to run. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 tests. One's failing. I gotta figure out what I did wrong. Human error. So that's 11 seconds. We'll go back here. It took a minute to run one of my tests that I wrote that runs in 11 seconds. Because I'm using intercepts. I'm hooked into app state. I don't think this is hooked into app state at all. I think this is just, again, bread and butter cucumber under the hood. Probably, my guess, Java or JavaScript. Just my guess. Okay. I can't confirm that. So, one thing so far, it takes a really long time to run tests. These tests are slow. I'm just going to put it out there. To take a minute to do, again, fortunately I'm not given exact time here. I could run this one on its own, I think, and get a better breakdown. But it would be nice to know, like, how long did this guy take on its own? But even still, like, basically this whole test file that runs 4 tests, very similar tests, and one of their tests that they have took 11 seconds. So within that minute, the first 11 seconds of that minute, this suite would already be done. Okay, just to not, and I'm looking here and saying it took 10 seconds. It took 10 seconds at this point. Granted, this site's a little kooky. And then how do we know, here's the other thing. How do I know what it asserted on? Okay. So that's my first observation. That is a really slow test. Some of these tests take over a minute. Some of them are still running because, so initial, if I'm going to compare this to like Playwright, Cypress, even Selenium, Selenium WebDriver with WebDriver weights, this is slow. This is really slow. I don't think it's hooked into app state at all. So, granted, it generated a bunch of tests, right? that's kind of cool, but these tests live on this site. I don't know if I own them, right? What if I stop paying testRigor? What happens? That's a really important thing for me to find out. So these tests are still going. That one took 3 minutes. That'll be interesting. What stinks now though is I wish I had these other tests written so I could do a better comparison. That would be wonderful. But I don't have them. So touche, testRigor, touche. You win. You win the Great War. No, I'm just kidding. So my one thing right now is, dang, these are slow. Holy cow. Product search and filtering functionality. So it's doing that. So this is kind of a bad test. Let's look at this test again. For example, I think this is kind of a bad test. Because what I would want to do is I would want to filter on something that's not on the page yet, because that Galaxy phone is there and we filter on it and it's just still there. So that's a bad test, because if there's a performance issue. Now clicking through, it's a decent test. Make sure we're at that page. But if we're trying to test that filtering capability, that's a bad test. We need to filter on something that's not already there, or it's going to change the order. Something that's going to be visually change that sort. But I'm not going to fault it. I mean, we can massage that if there's a way to change. Adding products to the shopping cart and viewing cart summary. So this one took 1 minute and 10. I would expect this one to take longer because it struggled with so many other things. But so again, it's really all about Samsung Galaxy. It adds the cart. It clicks cart because it wants to look at the cart. I'm curious, what does it use to know? Okay, yeah, I mean, how does it know how long to wait? You click on cart, and then we're at this cart page. We got our Samsung Galaxy added. We make sure that total, which is weird. I would make sure that it just checks if the page contains the word total. That doesn't tell me that the thing's in the cart. So this is kind of, honestly, I think this is kind of a bad test too. And I guess theoretically, again, with massaging, we could make this a good test. But I thought the whole point of using something like this is that we're having a lot less human involvement. So how much different is this than like using cursor and generating the code and then massaging that? I don't feel like. So user login and authenticate process. We'll look at this one. We have a test that does this. 26 seconds. Well, again, our whole suite that does everything. Well, ours fails, so I guess it's got a one up on us because now this is failing. Let's rerun this and just see. Sometimes it's literally just, I want to stabilize that test because it bothers me. I feel like this page is specifically like designed to thwart me. Or do I have a typo? Interesting. Waiting on that. Pew pew. But it's like we're not authenticated anymore. That's interesting. Yeah, I'll have to look into that and figure out. And we'll look to see how they did it. How did they do it? So when they authenticate. So another criticism, something I don't like, is I don't know what they're asserting on. Assertion is really important, and they don't give a good view into like. This is a past test. I guess I should go to edit one after this. So it goes to this page, it clicks login. It's doing nothing. Oh, so this is just a junk test. This is garbage. This one's really bad. This is really bad. So they attempt to log in, but they don't have any credentials, so it kind of just hangs. And they just eventually gave up after a certain amount of time. Looks like they timed out, but they marked it as a pass. Yeah, we'll go in and we'll see what we can do to compare that one, even though our test is failing. I gotta figure out why. We are able to make API calls where first we're actually using the API to sign up a user headlessly. Then we're going and signing that user in. But we're expecting their email to show up here, and we're expecting a logout button to be visible. So I gotta figure out what's going on that page. But as a comparison, this wasn't much work. Obviously, I'm doing some intercepting too. I'm waiting on login. I'm waiting on this HLS, was just something that was always firing that seemed to imply some sort of activity on the system. So again, being hooked into that app state. But again, maybe I shouldn't talk this ugly selector. But their test isn't actually a test. It's the start of a test. But again, now I've got to go in likely and massage that. Like I'm gonna go rub the test's back, rub the test's feet. So let's see, where were we at here? Checkout process, including payment and shipping details. This will be interesting. It took 2 minutes. But again, the success is vague. They should really. So this says it passed, but this looks to me like some sort of timeout. Because what did it do? It didn't do anything. This is again the start of a test. This is not a successful test. It's kind of funny to me that they mark these as like test, pass. Yeah, you're not asserting on anything. Order confirmation and receipt generation. Okay, and it checks. Okay, for this, it checks if the page contains the word name. So it doesn't look for an invoice number, anything. It's just not able to get through the flow. It's not able to like generate, because you can put anything. I think you can probably put anything in that form. And product review and rating. Let's see if it was able to pull this one off. It's not able to log in. It's incapable of logging into the system, so no, it never succeeded. Okay, it's still running these two. I have a feeling. So is the only test that's valid here the sign up, and it takes like a minute to run? Order history, tracking functionality. Imagine, here's the thing. Imagine, it always gets stuck at login. It keeps, and here's the funny thing, it keeps checking, it keeps trying to log in. Look at that. I don't know why it took 3 minutes. Imagine you are green as green. And you try this. And you think, you show these to your boss and you think, look, I have all these tests. But you don't actually have tests. You have the beginnings of maybe some tests. Now you've got to wrestle, like this one. It just keeps trying to log in. Is it signing up? Was it ever able to log in? No. Login defeats it every time. And to be fair, logins defeated the Cypress tests too. So I'm gonna be honest. Again, if I compare this to, I have technical skills and I learn a framework, a test-driven framework I learn a code-driven framework like Cypress.io or Playwright. Compared to something like this where, now I've got to massage these tests, but the thing is I'm only paying in time. Here I'm going to pay in time and in money. I'm going to pay for this service, right? And then there's the question of the things I don't know. Like I don't know if I own these. I don't know if I can export them properly. And I've got so much massaging to do. Here. I think the registration is the only one that's working, right? And when we say working, so user registration, account creation, how did it verify that we succeeded? It never actually succeeded either. It took a minute to fail, and it says it passed. It was able to get in the form. It was able to fill the form out, but we don't know we actually signed up, do we? We have no idea. How do we verify that in our Cypress test? Right here. Sign up successful. We actually assert on something. With this, it failed and said it passed and asserted on nothing, apparently. Generate from template, then enter in. Go extra info. Yeah, Not really impressed with these. But let's take the test, the registration test, and see if we can get it to actually work. Because none of these tests are actually working or passing. I mean, this one's still running. Oh gosh. It's probably just trying to log in over and over. It's like, I must log in. I must. Oh boy. I was kind of actually hoping for more. I was kind of hoping that this would like really... I mean, Cursor did better. Cursor generated tests that actually worked. This is much more disappointing. I honestly kind of expected a little more. So let's see if we can edit this test case. Let's say we can get it fixed. That's part of it. We've got the time. I've got like 20 minutes. Let's see if I can get this fixed in 20 minutes. Let's try. So, debug. View steps. Sure. So I'm guessing this is the gherkin. Probably what it is. So click, sign up, check if page contains username. That's good. I'm assuming it's like asserting there though, but it's just probably slowing it down. Or making it kind of hooked into UI state, but not really app state. Generate unique name, then enter sign up and save as generated sign up. So it's got some sort of variable, I'm guessing. Yeah, and then it's got generated sign up. Generate from template, then enter into sign password and save as generated. Okay, so it's generating. That's cool. It's generating random gobbledygook. But then it never clicks the button. It never signs up. Come on. So curious. I can't modify this. There's documentation. Control click, I can open rule. One command per line in the format, action, value, or free-flowing text. Control plus / comment single or multiple lines. Custom steps, new line separated. Okay. So control click. What does it let me do? Nothing. I'm holding control. Try and control. Like, do they mean command click maybe? No. No. Okay, so I can't. Control / sure. No. Okay. That's odd. I can't do any of those things, but those are our steps. So again, really bizarre. This is really bizarre to me. Because what it should be doing, it should be clicking the sign up button and then validating, again asserting. This is what our test does. Does the same thing, generates random email, random password. It enters it into these two fields, and I had to force it. That, to be fair, that form is bizarre, and so is like the sign up button. We hook into app state, we wait on sign up to happen and succeed. Then that modal should be gone. We say it's not visible. And then we check the window alert. It should say sign up successful. Test will fail if it doesn't say that. Compared to this, that doesn't even click the sign up button. The generated test. Yeah. So let's try it again. Let's try fixing. Edit test case. Oh boy. So what do we do here? Your teams saved 1 month, 1 week, 1 day, and 6 hours on billing, retaining test automation. No, it didn't, because we've got to spend probably at least a month just fixing all of these would be my guess. Maybe it's overestimated. Let's say, again, I'm completely new to this. It takes me, I don't know, I think it might take a month. No one gets to ideally just work on this. I don't know. I don't believe that. I think that's BS. That's BS. I'm sorry. You didn't save me any time. I'm going to have to like hand massage all these tests. You didn't generate me any tests that actually work. Like I thought registration worked, but it doesn't once I looked at it. It never clicks the sign up button. So what do we do here? Do we do, whoops. So we're just going to like, what, click. So how do I know what to click? I guess I gotta manually go to the page. So how does it know which one to click? Click sign up again, and then check if alert. Oh, alert's not. We'll steal it from our Cypress test. Thanks, Cypress. Let's try to fix it. I mean, I'm getting like 0 guidance here from this AI generated thing. So again, just to reiterate, we have a working Cypress test. Took me maybe a minute or so, if that. It was pretty quick to create. I think the hardest part was just getting the stabilizing, getting it to pass successfully with some intercepts, but still maybe didn't take that much time. Now we're guessing on this. I mean, I don't know how to interact. Do I have to go to the documentation to learn how to interact with an alert? Okay, so oh boy. Okay. The word alerts not appear in your docs? Can I not search your documentation? Validations? Going on the page. I don't want to accept the prompt. I want to make sure an alert pops up. Browser alert prompt can be accepted with a value. I don't want to accept it. I want to validate an alert. Are we not capable of doing that? Is it not capable of validating an alert? Let's try this. Let's see. You already know what my email is. Okay, so now I'm gonna have to wait. Okay, so now I'm gonna have to wait until Mateo gets back to me. So as far as I can tell, there's no way to validate an alert. I mean, I wrote this code. We'll see. I'll save it. I'm guessing. Yep. Missing reference to an element. Check if alert contains sign up successful. Really bad. So I'm trying to figure out how to like write what I wrote here, where I check the window alert. Maybe I should say window alert. Maybe that's what I'm supposed to look for. Gosh, I'm sorry, I'm really bad about these. Control F. I can remember that. Maybe window alert? No, no, no. So yeah, I think the demo is almost done. We have no working tests after roughly 40-50 minutes with this tool. Maybe 40. We have no working tests. If I spent 40 minutes on this, because I think this was like, I think this first one was one stream. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I started working on these. So we probably got 6 working tests in like an hour. Just with a little bit of help from Cursor, because obviously Cursor took care of some of this boilerplate. So 6-ish tests. About an hour. We'll say 4 to be fair. Maybe it was 4 in an hour. About an hour now with this. I have no working tests and I'm confused. Like, I don't know how to. It does no like IntelliSense of any kind. Let me do check. If you want to help me out. I'm gonna be honest. I kind of feel like this sucks. If this was a free tool, I mean, it's not even really that good as a free tool. I don't even know how to verify an alert. Well, let's try this. Let's try to click. We'll save and retest this. We'll just see if we can get on the page. That doesn't mean we have asserted nothing though. This is just a test that does. Let's rerun it. How do I, is it retesting? Do I go to test cases? Okay, it's running the test. Opening first page. In progress. Can I watch it? Checking to see if it contains username. Was it done? Did it just run my test? Where's my new step? Did it ever click sign up? Is it still running? I have no idea what's going on right now. I mean, we've got 10 minutes. We can keep trying. I don't know if Mateo's ever gonna get back to me. I think I broke him. Says he's online if he's a real person. Yeah, I went in this really hoping that this would floor me. I came in really hoping that this would knock my socks off, but it honestly further reinforces the apprehension I have with testing platforms like this. The tests that it did provide me are very slow. None of them actually work or assert or do the things they say they're supposed to do. All of these would require massaging, and I'm already stuck. And I don't even know why it's not running the extra step that I put in. So click sign up, checks if the page contains username. It generates a sign up a username, and it enters it. Oh, did it enter into sign up? Generate from template, then enter it to sign password. Okay, and then it should click sign up. Sure. Well, we don't need to. But now it's not running my additional step. I really wanted this to knock my socks off. It kind of sucks. I'm gonna be honest. It just sucks. I can't even get it to run my additional step. I don't know what I did wrong. I put the steps in and I saved it and said to rerun it. View execution. Okay. Is that what I'm doing now? It says it passed. It's such a stinker. It doesn't run my additional step. Is this the old click sign up? It says it passed too. Did it click sign up? Did we get an alert on this page showing us that we're signed up? Supposed to be an alert that pops up when we click it. I don't know if it ever did. Yeah, I'm really unimpressed with this. Really unimpressed. I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm really not trying to be a jerk here. So yeah, a couple of problems. One of the problems being that at least for this site, the AI generated tests were not complete. It's not clear how to do assertions. There's no IntelliSense at all. I would assume with a tool like this, you're gonna give IntelliSense to go, oh, you're gonna see what they start to type. Like, again, as an example, I'm pretty sure I get IntelliSense here, don't I? If I want to, yeah, see, like, simple stuff. I need to write a describe block from Mocha, which is packed into Cypress. Okay. And it's gonna give me guidance as I start to type things, right? I mean, granted, it's not gonna full on write this describe block for me, but it's gonna give me. Oh, it gave me an example. At the very least, I start to type that, and it gave me an example. I don't have like anything extra installed on here. This is just like, okay. So I need a function. This Mocha Suite title. I need a title, and I need okay. And that's my function right here. I'm just kind of writing a pointer. Look, simple. I mean, again, very simple. Okay, what do I need to do? I need to verify something. So that's one thing I think that's a huge miss. Huge miss that you go to edit a test case. There's no IntelliSense here. Big, big miss. You're telling me I click, I do this, I do type anything. Check if, and then it doesn't give me options. I hit tab, nothing happens. How are you supposed to know? You're supposed to dig through that documentation? Is that what you're supposed to do? Like, again, why don't I just write cucumber and gherkin then? At least I'll get IntelliSense. And this costs money. How much does this cost? How much does this cost? Trial. I'm sorry, I'm getting salty. This tool's starting to tick me off. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be a jerk. $900 a month for this? Come on, guys. Are you joking? Are you joking? Sorry, I'm peeking my mic. You've got to be joking. No. No, 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 no. $900 a month for that. And there's things you don't get. For $900 a month. You know, right now, Cursor's free. Void is open source, which I'm going to get working in another live stream. You want people to pay $900 a month for that. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be a jerk. You ever get back to us? I was at 46. We had no working tests. We're supposed to be so impressed that we're willing to pay $900 a month. We spent roughly almost an hour now with this tool, and we're supposed to want to pay $900 a month. This is obscene. Guys, honestly, if you're struggling to write tests for $900 a month, hold on, let me get a calculator. I'll tell you how much time you could have with me. I'll teach you how to write code. I'll teach you how to write good tests. Oh my gosh. Hold on, where's my calculator? Here, let's bring a calculator. I'm gonna do like my typical... I'm gonna tell you how many hours roughly. Let's do that. Okay. Ballpark. If you've got $900 burning a hole in your pocket and you're having trouble writing tests, and you're looking at a tool like this, I could spend... Let's see. Hold on. I'm going to do a little more math, roughly. Okay. I would spend 3 hours with you every week for a month for that amount. And work with you, help you learn how to write automated tests. Whatever language you want, whatever platform you want. Help you learn how to write really, really great, robust, stable, atomic automated tests that hook into app state. They'll probably say Cypress or Playwright, hopefully. If you don't know a tool, you got $900. I'll spend 3 hours with you a week, honestly, per month, and that's a human being. And you can get a lot done in 3 hours. I'm gonna toot my own horn, especially if I'm helping you. I'm gonna be honest, because I'm sorry. This was a bad experience. I'm starting to believe kind of what my QA team said when I was gone, when I was a manager. I couldn't attend the demo. I don't remember why. But this is kind of bad. I'm gonna be honest. That is obscene. Let's look at their plans. So, okay. They've got a free open source version. Most of the features are gone. I will give them kudos. This is the one good thing from this whole video. I'm so salty. I'm sorry. I'm so salty right now. I'm salty because I feel like this is legit a ripoff. So they do have lower prices. They've got Chrome Ubuntu for $300 a month. Fair enough. I still feel like you're not going to get any value. Take the $300 and take some classes. If your company develops with Node and JavaScript, take $300. If your company has $300 to blow, ask them to buy you some classes. Take some JavaScript classes. Hire somebody like me to help. I'll help you. I'll get you up and running. I'll get you comfortable with command line. I mean, this is just, I don't know, this kind of pisses me off. This is insane. So yeah, confusing, too many settings, confusing. The configuration, if you try to go and figure out all that stuff, it's just confusing. No IntelliSense, when you're writing or modifying tests, all of the automated AI tests that were generated were not legitimate tests. None of them were actually succeeding. They were thwarted by the login page. To be fair, my Cypress test is currently thwarted by the login page. Something's up. I'll figure out what's going on. I'll figure out what's going on there. But this is infuriating to me. I'm gonna be honest. I wanted this to work. I really wanted this to work. I wanted to be like, oh man, I could totally see why you would spend $300 a month or $900 a month on this. That's tempting. This wasn't as bad as the Aqua IDE demo. That had some things. Let's go back to that really quick. Then I gotta jump. Granted, you have to write your own code. How much did this cost? This was $249 a year. How much is this? How much was? Did I get rid of it? Sorry, I apologize. Sure. Purchase $900 a month. Per month. How much is that for a year in comparison? Because I can't do simple math. Let's say the 300. Let's be cheapskate. Okay, so that's basically 12 times $3,600 a year. The cheapest plan that's not the free tier that has a couple of things here, right? You're getting a couple things. You're spending $3,600 a year on this, or you get something like Aqua $250 a year. This had a built-in browser, which was nice. It had the database manager you get with all JetBrains products. Had like the selector. I remember the selector thing built in the browser was pretty decent. Honestly, again, you've got money. Your company's got $30,600 extra dollars sitting around to help you with testing, and you really need a helping hand. Buy Aqua, and then hire somebody like me to get you up and running for like a couple of months. Because again, for $900 a month, I would gladly spend 3 hours with somebody once a week and help accelerate them and get them to the point where they're confident they don't need to use a tool like this. I'm really just really unimpressed with this. I was hoping, is he ever going to get back to us? Mateo's busy. Mateo's got things to do. We have no working test. We spent an hour with it. I'm really sorry. I'm going to get out of 10. I get, if you really dug in, I give this like a 3.5 out of 10. 10 being like, I'm totally blown away. Compared to, man, it's making Aqua ID seem better. It's really, I feel like now I was too harsh on the Aqua ID. I really feel like I owe JetBrains some apologies. Yeah, I'm sorry, JetBrains, even though you'll never see this, because you could have all products from them. You know, when it comes just to cost effective, you could do this non-commercial. Yeah, they try to sell you some AI assistant. So okay, let's, as a comparison, you're looking to spend $450 a year if you want the AI assistant, or I mean, what's Cursor cost right now? Download for free pricing. So I mean, look at this, man. Buy Pro, buy Business. Because I'm doing free. I just use free just to toy around with it, and I thought it was interesting. I don't feel like I'm ready to spend money on something like this, but you can do yearly. You'll get 16 a month. You buy a year of it, or 32 Business. I'm not sure. So it enforces privacy mode. So you want to be locked down, $32 a month. I mean, and you're getting AI driven. You can do AI driven tests. You get to work in the IDE of, you know, well, you're going to be working in VS Code. This is a better value proposition. Aqua's a better value proposition. I'm going to be honest, I wouldn't use this if it was free. I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to be mean. I just was very unimpressed. Very, very unimpressed. Well, I'm Boomer Tester. I hope this was enjoyable. Sorry I was so negative. I wanted to enjoy this. Positives. Free open source version. We'll give them that. It was neat at first to see tests get generated, but editing the tests is really bad. No IntelliSense of any kind, no guidance. You've got to basically go in the documentation. You're better off in an IDE. You're literally better off in a vanilla Visual Studio Code IDE. You'll at least get basic IntelliSense. Because here you're having to, they've got a specific syntax for, I'm assuming they're Gherkin, and you're not guided at all. Just not worth $900 a month. That's insane. I'm sorry, or $300. That's insane. So, yeah, appreciate you watching this. It would really help me out if you're on YouTube. Hit the bell icon, hit subscribe. Well, actually, I should say, it really helped me on YouTube if you hit subscribe and then hit the bell icon. You'll get notified when I upload new videos. You can go follow me over on Twitch. I try to stream as often as I can. I'm going to have a schedule soon. I'm over on X, Boomer_Tester. You can find me there and follow me. But yeah, appreciate it. Have a nice day. Be kind as you can to everyone. I definitely struggle with that these days. The world is a very divisive place. But spend time with your family. Go touch grass. Get some fresh air. You're starting to get a little, a little stressed out with the way the world is right now. Hurricanes and a big election coming up and the threat of war. We are seeing some amazing things, right? Look at what Elon Musk is doing. Hate him or love him, the guy is an innovator. But have a great rest of your day. Thanks for hanging out.